Welcome to the Midlife Leap, a lifestyle talk show for women in midlife. I'm your host, Sanita Johnson, and I am excited to share tips and interviews on topics ranging from business, career, current news, fashion, travel, shopping, health, and so much more. And because I'm known as the Midlife Leap Coach, from time to time I'll share some of my signature Midlife Leap coaching tips. So come on, ladies, let's reignite and reimagine our Midlife Leap journey together. Are you considering a location change now that your company is offering full remote scheduling? Well, if so, earlier this month, West Virginia wants to attract remote workers by offering $12,000 cash. Yes, $12,000 cash, and there's no strings attached to relocate to the state. Now, as we all know, due to the pandemic, non-essential workers were required to work from home. Well, now many of the workforce don't want to go back to the office because they are enjoying less time to commute, and they're enjoying having time with their family. Companies have also experienced positive results to their bottom line. For example, Facebook and Apple are amongst some of the bigger companies that are offering remote schedules and plan to for the next few years. So if you are seeking a lower cost of living and a better quality of life, and of course if you're working remote, check into West Virginia and pocket an extra $12,000. Ladies, Kate Eckman is joining us to share about the impact of emotional gravity that pandemic fear has created in the lives of many. Kate is a certified coach and author, and she's most known for empowering high-achieving individuals using results-driven methods rooted in neuroscience, positive psychology, and whole-person coaching techniques. One of my favorite things about her bio is that she recently led and organized a team behind the launch of QVC's first and only proprietary beauty brand, which led to more than $4 million in sales in the first day alone. Now, that's effective coaching.
It's really, thank you so much for having me. And thank you for saying that. I think that's a testament to being very present at your task at hand and showing up and having fun and really trusting in the process.
Yes, absolutely. So tell us about gravity. Is it gravity, emotional gravity? Explain.
Yes. So I think it's a less tangible roadblock that's keeping a lot of us stuck. So what is emotional gravity? It's fear, self-doubt, judgment, uncertainty, global pandemics, the loss of a loved one, overwhelm, exhaustion, something that we all have experienced firsthand and in a significant way, especially this past year. But pandemic or not, these are themes that we all struggle with as humans. And so as someone, I had a competitive swimming career for 17 years, and I knew how hard I had to train my physical muscles to compete at a high level. But when I was going through all of these things, and I did suffer the loss of a loved one twice in 1 year and to suicide, which is nothing that any of us are ever prepared for, I thought there must be a way to combat emotional gravity, like I just mentioned. And that's why so much of my work involves really building strong inner fitness and inner strength and building these attitudinal muscles that are strong enough to weather any storm that comes our way.
So you mentioned emotional muscles, physical muscles, emotional muscles. Because one of the greatest things I get from people who are inquiring about coaching is that they're afraid of the unknown, afraid of the change that they're going through in midlife. What type of tools do you use to help people to build? We know physical muscles, you'll lift weights, you had to swim, whatever it is you need to do to build those muscles. What type of tools for building emotional muscles?
Sure. So I think first we have to really take a moment and get real with what's happening deep within us at our core, and really just check in with ourselves, give ourselves enough quiet time. I call it sit and stare time, to just reflect and process and check in with yourself. How are you doing? What's working? What isn't? What do you need right now? Almost speaking to ourselves like we would a young child that we love and adore and want to nurture. And it sounds kind of funny, but we aren't doing this because we're distracted and we're busy and we put ourselves last oftentimes, and everyone's like checked out and overscheduled. So creating that time for yourself to check in, and then also creating new stories for yourself. A lot of us are guilty of staying stuck in these stories and have these core beliefs that aren't even built on the truth. We hear something negative about ourselves, even all the way back to childhood, and we make that our core belief. And under any limiting core belief is the deeper core belief that says, I'm not good enough. So this is about uncovering that. And just like that corrupt virus file on your computer that's disrupting your operating system, you drag it to the trash, delete, and then co-create. God, universe, spirit, whatever you believe in, co-create a new story and mantra for yourself. And a belief, even if it's as simple as I'm good enough because I am. Amen. The end. You know, I think we have humility and arrogance backwards. We think it's arrogant to be like, I'm this powerful, magnificent force of a woman or force of a man. But really, it's humble to think that you're magnificent and powerful when you think of who created you and the powerful force that created you. So I think just shifting your mindset, but that starts with even admitting that something isn't working, and then really being willing to show up and do the work to really change the course. And that still starts to build the strong muscles that you can build on over time.
You know, I like little personal reminders also, because I think we tend to forget the things that we've overcome in our life. It's like, well, you remember something that was huge in the past, if I overcame that, then I can overcome this. Is that something that you utilize as well?
100%. Thank you for saying that. Something I always ask my clients when they're feeling stuck is, what made you successful in the past? Because everyone has experienced some level of success, even if just I had a successful conversation with my parent today or colleague or whatever. And going back, and what made you successful? I think of my swimming career. I was successful because I always showed up. I gave it my all. I was a great teammate. I listened to my coach. So taking that skill set, we all have way more skills and experience that serves us than we even realize. We just discredit it. We're focused more on where we don't quite add up enough. And no shame or guilt there. That's our culture. That's what we're bombarded with every day. You don't add up. You're not good enough. Here's what you need to change about yourself to be loved, to be worthy, to be successful. So there's lots of lies like all around us, and we have to learn and become practiced at blocking out the noise. I call it like Seabiscuit, the racehorse. Put your blinders on, focus on the task at hand, just being present, and not just present in the moment and with yourself and the people you're with, but also bringing presence, bringing that energy, bringing that zest for life. And as I say, show up like you mean it.
You know, we are our greatest critic. So do you think that that's tied to the fear sometimes, that it's not really that we're afraid as much, but we're criticizing ourselves? We're not giving ourselves as much credit as we should.
Absolutely. I have certainly struggled with self-criticism. And I think that keeps us in our comfort zone, right? In our comfort zone, people are like, well, what's your comfort zone? For me, it's this arbitrary boundary that we've created in our minds based on fear. And it's comfortable because it's familiar, but that's not how we're growing and learning and expanding. And when you're criticizing yourself, sadly, for most of us, that's our comfort zone, right? We're very comfortable with the shame and the blame and the criticism. And again, taking some comment from a stranger or a parent or a coworker that is really limiting us and making that true for us. So I think the more that we can do the practices, and really when you do sit with yourself and become more practiced at listening, you develop that confidence from within. I think anyone can have that. I call it performance confidence, and show up. That's the fake it till you make it. But I'm really talking about that inner, unshakable, unbreakable, full-bodied confidence that only comes from being patient and graceful with yourself and letting yourself off the hook.
Okay, so when I'm thinking of emotional gravity, what made you come up with that phrase? Like gravity falling, or what? Where did that come from?
Right. So we go to the gym, we work, hopefully we work out to build our physical muscles. And as I like to say, if you're not working at keeping them up, they're going down. We all see that with our bodies. We're, after a certain age, and we're talking midlife here. So our bodies, they start to, things go down a little bit. It's gravity. So I think about emotional gravity as just like physical gravity. It weighs us down. It's pulling us down. Our fear, the stress, the exhaustion, the overscheduling, the comparison, the judgment, it is literally weighing us down. So that's why we have to combat against it and not only, get rid of that stuff, but then do the things that bring us back up. Acts of kindness, acts of service, gratitude, savoring, all of these practices that we've all heard about, and we say, oh, that's cute, or maybe one day I'll have 5 minutes to practice gratitude. And it's like, no, we have to do this right now and make these acts against emotional gravity a priority.
So, because I'm also thinking of how, people mention baggage, emotional baggage. Yeah. What's the difference between emotional gravity and emotional baggage? Is it the same?
I think it's same. I think gravity is, we don't really have as much control on, in terms of, like, none of us had control over this pandemic. We don't have control over someone being rude to us, or, all the stress and chaos in the world, the traffic, the loss of a job, that stuff. That's why it's an inside job, because it's you have to build that confidence that can withstand all the stuff just constantly coming at us. It's always going to be there. I think baggage is a little bit more of a choice, and that you have baggage because you've refused to forgive someone. You are holding anger and resentment towards someone. That is a choice. Someone being mean to you, not your choice. It's how you react to it. You choosing to hate the person that did you wrong 20 years ago, that's some baggage. It's heavy. And you can drop it at any time, but that's also, I think so. I'm processing out loud here. I think baggage is more of a choice.
Wow. That's one of those aha moments.
Yeah. Right?
Okay. If someone wants to reach you to inquire about your coaching services, how would they contact you?
Sure. So you can find me at kateeckman.tv, and that's ECKMAN. And then if you'd like to order my book that goes into all of this on a much deeper level, The Full Spirit Workout, it's a 10-step system to shed your self-doubt, strengthen your spiritual core, and create a fun and fulfilling life. And you can go to thefullspiritworkout.com, and all the information is there. And I'd love to connect with you online and really join in community of self-discovery and combating this emotional gravity once and for all, right? And we're going to drop the baggage too. So no gravity, no baggage.
Perfect. And do you work with men and women? Because I only work with midlife women.
Oh, okay. I work with men and women. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for having us. And this was so informative. Emotional gravity versus emotional baggage.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my joy to be here with you.
Thank you, Kate.